If you've seen Skora's ads online, they use phrasing like natural movement and without restriction, which is really kind of classic verbiage for describing minimalist footwear that has, a wide toe box, no arch support, and things like that. And that's not really what I got. So I wanted to take a moment to tell you what my thoughts were. First off, just looking at it, you can probably see that it doesn't really look very wide. I saw comments on social media with people asking, saying, hey, are these a wide toe box? And there was always somebody who was there to say, oh, no, don't worry. That's just an optical illusion. No, they're really wide. And I don't know, maybe it's just a lot of people with skinny feet, but compared to shoes like Zeros or like the wider Ultras, they're not. When I first put my foot in here, definitely right away, it was spilling over the sides. I could feel the ball of my foot kind of coming up in this area and trying to push over, and even could feel my foot pushing on the edge here towards the heel, much like the Innovates that I reviewed recently, or compared rather. The heel area was narrower than some other brands that I normally wear. Not as drastically as the Innovates, but still enough to notice it. Also, there is some built-in arch support in the shoe that you can't remove. It's not drastic, but it may be enough to bother the more hardcore types out there. Another kind of funky aspect, at first at least, was this heel that has the raised little middle section. It's supposed to help mimic natural, your natural heel, except for me, that little spot is way more narrow than my heel is. So it can kind of feel kind of a little wiggly, kind of off balancey type of thing. Nothing drastic, but just a little funky. I'm sure you would adapt to it if you love the shoes otherwise. The big issue for me though was when I first put them on, the way my foot was kind of spilling out of the inside of the shoe, it was making that little thing not line up under my heel, and it was towards the outside, so that made it feel really funny. The shoes actually felt a ton better when I removed the insoles. It helped give my foot more room to exist in there and helped center up that heel ball thing actually under my heel. So it felt a ton better then. Still though, like when you lean a little bit one way or the other, it still felt a little bit wobbly. And who knows, maybe it is a good thing. Maybe it helps, bring you back to nature, whatever. But it was just still kind of an odd one to me. The upper is pretty stretchy, so it did help accommodate my foot better than if it had been a, non-flexible material. The way my foot fit in these was actually really weird, because in some areas I could feel my foot spilling over the shoe, but then in others it felt like I had room to spare. So definitely confusing on that. I would just say if your feet trend towards wide, I wouldn't think these are for you. But anyway, the main reason I brought these was because it was supposed to kind of split the difference between standard minimalist footwear that has just a very tiny amount of rubber and more traditional shoes that have a lot of foam. These had just a little bit of foam. So it was going to just take the edge off a little bit, because I love my Zeros. I'm actually wearing them right now. But on some days, just depending on how things are going, I kind of wish there was a little tiny bit more padding. In fact, I might go to the Zero store, and get another set of insoles and see if I double them up, if that gives me what I'm looking for. But anyway, with these, that was supposed to be the deal. But when I took the insoles out, it didn't really feel that much different than my Zeros, really. I couldn't really feel the foam aspect. It just felt like maybe a millimeter or two more rubber. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of give an updated thought on these. I haven't really seen any reviews on them since they were popping off like 8 years ago or something. Most of the reviews on the old ones were super positive, so I don't know if anything has changed or if it was just a bunch of people with skinny feet or what the deal is. But that was my 2 cents, so hopefully that helps. If you see my other videos, as I pointed out before, I wear Zero Prios, I wear Lone Peak 5s a lot, and to be fair, I am pretty picky when it comes to having a wide toe box. My foot is on a little bit of a wider side. Nothing major, nothing like 4E or whatever, but I still, like, once I got used to that feeling of having my foot be not restricted in the front, I really liked it. So, I'm going to be critical, but if you are like me, if you have a similar background, these probably aren't what you're looking for.